Hey guys, welcome to a new video.
Don't let your kids watch it!
So this series is called Let's Talk. So unfortunately, my channel has thrived, but also died on a lot of different speculation. This is just a place for you guys to get to know me more, maybe in areas that you never would have, a place for me to be accountable, to clarify and deny. So the reason I want to do this is because there's always questions, rumors, speculation, just things that people are, for the lack of a better word, obsessively asking me about. So the first section is always going to start with sweet and sour. So using a random comment generator is going to give me a wide variety of comments. And so this next section I'm calling Sippin' Community. So this is where I read from the community tab that I will be posting every single Monday. And then after Sippin' Community, we're going to be doing the Linterview. So the Linterview is where you guys are actually interviewing me with your voice. Yes. After the Linterview, the next section is called Tea or Tale. So what this is going to be is I am going to clarify rumors that I have heard through the grapevine. And then the last section is going to be Bad Choices. And Bad Choices is just a bunch of really hexaconal questions. I just found something out. My ex is talking shit again, both of them. I didn't watch what Beck and Destiny said. It was very hard. But I went onto Instagram and I couldn't even believe how many people were like, oh, you lied about having cancer. I fucking knew it. So I'm going to show more medical proof. But this is just the notes on the doctor chart that said, I had the pleasure of seeing Amber Reid in a follow-up in the office today. They tested, they biopsied. That's when they called me in front of Beck on speakerphone. Then they told me. I started bawling my eyes out with Beck right next to me. Flash forward, we go to several appointments. Beck is in the room with me every single time. And then my mom comes to visit. My mom is in the room with me every single time, both of them. I was in the hospital for 4 days. Beck didn't leave one time. Beck was with me the whole time. Miss Reid is a 29-year-old patient who underwent a total abdominal hysterectomy with bilateral blah, blah, blah on July 15, 2020, with final pathology revealing stage 1B, grade 2 endometrial cancer with 56% myometrial invasion and no blah, 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 blah. Beck, you are disgusting. You can say whatever you want about my hygiene, about rags. I don't give a fuck. But to want money so bad that you're going to sit there and dismiss myself going through cancer when you literally saw the whole journey and you were there right next to me, fuck you and goodbye. Okay, sadly, we are skipping over sweet and sour because I can't do it, and we're going to go straight to Sippin' Community. Have you considered that your refusal to do inpatient treatment could be linked to a drug addict's refusal to do rehab? No, because I actually think doing inpatient would be fun. The only reason why I choose not to do inpatient is because I have a job. Not only do I have a job I have to do to keep the roof over my head, the electricity running, and the food in my fur baby's stomach, why is it okay for you to make assumptions about ZM's mental health, but when your audience does it, it's mental health shaming? Whoa, what a quinky dink. Zachary Michael's mental health gets bad when I take a break from YouTube. In my brain, I was like, okay, he's been doing this for years. Now it's my turn. Have you traveled the world since breaking up with Beck? No, but I have traveled. I went to Oklahoma. Because I've been in a relationship with people where I traveling with them did not sound enticing, did not sound fun. I've went to Wisconsin, I've went to Tennessee, I've went to Michigan. And I forgot to say, I've been to Illinois since then. Chicago, hello, Billie Eilish concert. She's literally right there. Based on your physical health and your track record for change, what do you estimate your life expectancy to be, and what will you do with that time?
I'm gonna eat all your food!
Probably somewhere in my 50s, and like the number 53 keeps popping in my head, and slightly 54. That's a very gruesome question. And what will I do with that time?
Food! Give me more food!
Depends. Like, am I trying to better myself, or am I just going to just flop like a fish and not care about anything? I think regardless of which one I choose, I'll never see my 70s, and that's kind of a sad reality.
What a baby.
How does it feel knowing you've been stuck in a time loop for the last decade, when your watchers have graduated college with masters, gotten married, etc.? The world is evolving around you, yet you haven't changed a thing. I've been stuck in a time loop when it comes to my weight. I will admit that. But when it comes to like growing and bettering myself, I have not been stuck in a loop. But I do want to say everyone's timeline is completely different. Some people get married when they're 18, some people get married when they're freaking 62. Just because someone is married versus someone who isn't, that doesn't make one of them better than the other versus someone graduated with masters versus someone who didn't. It doesn't make one of them better than the other. 10 years ago, I could not have ever imagined myself not only being single, but living by myself. Not only take care of myself, but my fur babies, having a roof over my head. If I want it, I buy it. If I need it, I buy it. I never imagined having that type of life. So you might see it as a loop. I don't. You know your comment section is public, right? Why lie about getting so much support? We can all see what people are saying to you, Amber. For some reason, the haters cannot accept that there are people who actually like me and enjoy my content, and they can't accept a different opinion than theirs. All right, so this is the last one. Bah ha 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 ha. You are literally deleting comments. I was reading one in the middle of it. Poof, it was gone and it's nowhere to be seen. YouTube actually has a section where they automatically do it themselves. If something is a little too hectic comment, for the lack of a better word, oh, you're never gonna see that comment again. All right, so the next section is the interview.
If you didn't have the obstacles that you have in your life, I'm thinking specifically about your weight or maybe some of the trauma-related obstacles, what different twists and turns do you think your life would have taken? Let's imagine you didn't do YouTube and you didn't have childhood trauma and you didn't have your weight standing in your way. Where would you see yourself now?
Okay, so if I didn't have childhood trauma and I didn't have these weight issues, where do I see myself now? Honestly, probably like in LA. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really know what I'd be doing for a job or
Welcome to the house of misery. May I take your order?
I feel like I would be an attractive person if I was thin, and I know without all my extra, I would look very, very different, and I think I would really be successful in LA.
On social media, it shows a scantily clad woman getting out of a San Jose fire truck and walking into a strip club.
Lots of people are talking about this video. It shows a woman in a bikini getting out of a San Jose fire truck.
I don't really know what I would be doing, but I think I would be thriving. I have a feeling I would be thriving for sure.
What do you say? I mean, my mouth dropped, and she had no clothes on. I mean, what's she doing inside the fire truck?
And I know a lot of people are gonna be like, Amberlynn, why did you bring up like what you would look like? It's because sadly, society is shallow, and I feel like people who are more attractive, they get further in life and they're treated better, etc.
Matter of fact, being pretty gets you a lot of privilege. I'm just saying, you can get away with a lot if you're pretty.
Okay, let's do another.
Okay, so you know how there's the butterfly effect theory of how like one insignificant moment in your life could change the course of the rest of your life?
Yes.
Do you know or can you pinpoint like what significant or insignificant moment or event happened in your life that if you could, you would go back and change?
But like I have gone through so many things, so many like isolated, separate, traumatic events. The first thing that I think of, which trigger warning, SA. You lied about SA. No, I didn't. I was molested by my cousin when I was 7 years old. Like, bitch, I first told my mom when I was 12 years old that I was molested by my cousin. So that is calling a 12-year-old a fucking liar. When I was 7 by a cousin. When it comes to like sexual harassment, a lot of my dad's friends, yes. That probably did do some damage to my brain and just the way that I am. One of the first memories that I have as a young girl that was like very, very traumatic for me.
If you could talk to yourself 10 years ago, what would you say and what advice would you give? And also, if you could see yourself 10 years in the future, where would you like to be? And how do you see yourself? I, without a doubt, would tell myself, lose weight, girl. And girl, you also have BPD, so go to therapy now. So if I could see myself in 10 years from now, I will be 44. I hope that I still have wasabi and Twinkie, but... In the arms of the angel. Oh, okay, my heart just broke. I hope that I'm married. I know that sounds crazy because I said I don't ever want to be in a relationship again, but fuck it. A decade from now, I hope that I'm married. Moving on.
Do you think you'll ever do ASMR again? I'm not gonna lie, your old ASMR videos, especially the like candy bowl imaging one, has been a guilty pleasure of mine for like the past week.
You know how many people actually tell me that they like my ASMR videos?
Nobody cared for them. Nobody missed them.
I actually don't think that I will ever make like a separate ASMR video again. All right, now it is time for tea or tail. So rumor number one is you cannot be diagnosed with BPD by a psychologist, let alone one that doesn't specialize in BPD. So you can be diagnosed with BPD by a psychiatrist, psychologists, and by social workers. Amberlynn lied about when she posted her ER pictures to Snapchat. Like, she didn't even post like those pictures until like May, but then it was like actually June where like she showed the medical stuff. So in the salty crab reaction, I said during that time, and I also said in the impulsive state of mind that I was in. So I'm talking about two different incidences that happened within different months, but it was the same head frame. So both of those instances was just me not being able to regulate my emotions, me not being able to like ignore the shit. So instead it made my like impulse instinct, like it was gone. I had zero impulse skills. Like I was just like, I'm gonna show this, I'm gonna show this. I couldn't regulate myself. Amberlynn uses a filter when live streaming from her laptop. The reason why it looks so different on my laptop versus on my phone is because the iPhone, I have the newest one, is literally crisp clear, as you guys can see, but my laptop literally sucks. And now we're about to do bad choices. I'm just going to randomly choose 5 and let's get into it. Have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on, but we moved on from each other before we broke up?
Yes.
Point blank period, the end. I'm having to think. I don't think I've ever had to do that. No. All right, next one. In the past 30 days, have you sent or received a sext message? I sent a seductive video to my partner at the time, and since then, it has been leaked by somebody. So in the last 30 days, no. Nope. Erica has seen it, Alexis has seen it, Tommy has seen it, and Brittany has seen it. Could you go a month without masturbating? The answer is probably no. I mean, you know what? Might actually use this tonight. What was holding up the plate on your mukbang? Am I allowed to show sex toys? It was a sex toy. Why? Because it was next to my desk. Wait, I'm low-key so excited. Am I allowed to show this on camera? Are you allowed to show dildos on YouTube? Baby, look at this. Whipping it out plus doing it in the butt equals not reciprocating oral sex. I'm gonna go with the doing it in the butt one. Dang it. Wow! I knew it! Show the winner! Show the winner. I was hoping I did something good. Why do I have 2 zucchinis in my hand right now? I mean, if someone was like, don't masturbate for a month, like, I bet you, like, okay, I won't. But like, why would I? Number 4, have you ever apologized after sex? I'm sure I have. Have you ever had a sexual partner who turned out to be gay? Well, I am gay, so that makes my partner gay. All right, so that is the end. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Quiet's driving me insane. Silence rattles in my brain. Yeah, I gotta get away.